I want you to play every single Pokemon game that is available to you, every accessory, every spin-off that can transfer to the main series, and I want you to create a Pokedex, not just a living Pokedex of one of each Pokemon, but a Pokedex involving the hardest to catch Pokemon from each. I know what you're thinking. But Toby, I have a life, I have a job, I have commitments, I have loved ones. I need to spend what little time I have on this earth with them. No, you don't. You need to play Pokemon.
3 years ago, I took up Birdkeeper Toby's challenge to complete the Master Dex. I finished that in 1 year, and then I gave myself a challenge to create the best and most impressive Pokemon home collection there is. And I think we've done it. Don't believe me? Let's take a look. Alright, so for those of you who've seen my collection videos in the past, you know that for the Living Dex section of this collection, most of these came from the earliest game that they debuted in, unless there's a rarer or cooler form of that version of that Pokemon. So most of these are going to be Virtual Console Kanto. The first exception is going to be our Charizard, which is named Atsuko. This is a one-of-a-kind Charizard. The reason this is a one-of-a-kind Charizard is because she has soloed every single region's Elite Four from the Indigo League, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, Galar, and Paldea, as well as the Blueberry Academy Elite Four. If you're interested in those videos, I'll link those in the description below. The reason she is named Atsuko is because the woman who designed Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, her name is Atsuko Nishida, and I named this Charizard Atsuko in honor of its designer. So like I said, this is a one-of-a-kind Charizard that, to my knowledge, nobody on the planet has one like it. So, okay, so these are all Virtual Console, Virtual Console, Virtual Console, Virtual Console. This one's from Alola, Virtual Console, Alola, Virtual Console, Virtual Console. This Pikachu, I believe, came from Pokemon Yellow. I think I just traded it to a different Virtual Console. Then we have our Ash Cat Pikachus here. More Ash Cat Pikachus. This Raichu is our next exception. It is the Mantine Surfing Challenge Pikachu that you can receive in the Ultra Sun and Moon games. Fun fact, you can actually evolve it in the Alolan games in the Ultra Space Wild. So you just ride Lunala or Solgaleo to the Ultra Space Wilds and evolve it there. This one is a Virtual Console Raichu, evolved in Alola, of course. And then, let's see, okay, then all these are Virtual Console. Next one we have is our Pokewalker, Clefairy, and Jigglypuff. Unfortunately, there's no way to prove that they came from the Pokewalker Plus, other than it just says Johto region. It doesn't say Good Old Days because it came from Heart Gold Soul Silver. The reason I don't have a Pokewalker Living Dex is because there's just no way to prove that they came from Pokewalker. So they would, it is what it is. But these two were part of Birdkeeper Toby's Master Dex in its earlier iteration, so I wanted to have those. Our next special Pokemon is the Alolan Vulpix from Legends Arceus. So in Legends Arceus, in the maybe Cornet Highlands, whatever the snowy part area is, if you collect all, I think it's 7 Alolan Vulpixes, they'll give you a Vulpix. That's this Vulpix. And then this one, of course, came from Alola. I could do it twice and get that one from Legends Arceus as well, but I'd rather not. Alright, these are going to be Virtual Console. This Diglett is our next special one. So in the Isle of Armor DLC for Sword and Shield, you have to find, I think it's 151 Alolan Digletts in the Isle of Armor. I think it's 151. Once you find all 151 Digletts, you'll be gifted an Alolan Diglett, and that is where this Diglett came from. And of course, this one came from Alola. Let's see, what is my next? Okay, Tentacool is my next special one. So these are all going to be Virtual Console where they can be. Let's see. This Tentacool is from Heart Gold Soul Silver, because if you get to Cyanwood City in Heart Gold Soul Silver and you don't have any Pokeballs, and you either release or transfer any Pokemon that knows Fly or Surf or Teleport, or if the last Pokemon Center you visited was the one on Sandwood City, so you can't teleport anywhere else, if you lock yourself in to Sandwood City, I believe it's called, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, there's someone who pops up in the Pokemon Center who will give you a Tentacool. You can shiny hunt this Tentacool, but I have not done so. So that is the Soft Lock Tentacool. I should go back and get that one and rename it Soft Lock. That'd be cool. Our next special Pokemon is going to be Ponyta. There is a quest line in Pokemon Legends Arceus that gives you a shiny Ponyta, a guaranteed shiny Ponyta. That is that guaranteed shiny Ponyta. And let's see, Ponyta, Farfetch'd. I have a Farfetch'd here. What is that? Farfetch'd. So in the early Red, Blue, and Yellow, there was some Pokemon. It's Farfetch'd, Lickitung, Mr. Mime, I think, and somebody else, not Kangaskhan. There are 4 or 5 Pokemon that you can only get by trade, and you can only get them with their nickname. But if you transfer them over to Gold, Silver, Crystal, breed them and transfer them back, then you can get a regular Farfetch'd that you own from Red, Blue, and Yellow Virtual Console. So that's what that is. Let's see. The next one is going to be our next special Pokemon. Looks like it's going to be Gengar. There we go. Okay, so this Gengar is from Pokemon Platinum. And the way you get it is you put Platinum in your... Oh, there's my Soul Silver. Put Platinum in your DS, and then you take any, if I'm not mistaken, it's any Gen 3 game, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby Sapphire, or Emerald. Put it in the bottom of your DS, and then you go to the Old Chateau, and when you go to the Old Chateau with the Gen 3 game in the bottom of your DS, you can catch an Old Chateau Gengar in Sinnoh. So I'm going to show you that it's from Sinnoh. There you go. Alright, what is our next special Pokemon? Okay, Mr. Mime. Okay, so we have to wait till we get all the way down to... Lickitung is another one. This one, I believe its nickname was Licky Licky, unless you transfer it to Gen 2, breed it, and transfer it back to Gen 1. Let's see, there's nothing special about any of these. Okay, so this Mr. Mime, this Galarian Mr. Mime was from the Sinnoh region because the Mime Jr. was caught or bred in Sinnoh, then transferred all the way up to Galar to evolve. So it's a Sinnovian Galarian Mr. Mime, which I think is pretty cool. And then the next one is going to be Pinsir. So in Heart Gold Soul Silver, you can enter the bug catching contest and you can get a number of Pokemon in the Sports Ball. This Pinsir was caught in a Sport Ball in Heart Gold Soul Silver. And what else? Gyarados. Okay, so similarly to our nicknames, so this red Gyarados is the guaranteed shiny Gyarados you get from Virtual Console Gold, Silver, Crystal. But since Gyarados is a Kanto Pokemon, a Gen 1 Pokemon, I traded it back to Virtual Console Yellow and set it up from there. So if any Gen 1 Pokemon that you can catch in Gen 2 can be transferred to Gen 1 Virtual Console and then sent up through Bank, and it'll say it came from Kanto. Similarly, any Gen 1 Pokemon can be treated to Gen 2 Virtual Console and sent up, and it'll say it's from Johto. So keep that in mind, because we'll get to some legendary Pokemon, and that'll come in handy when we get later on in the collection. So Dratini is our next shiny. All of these are Virtual Console, nothing special other than all Pokemon are special, I guess. And then these guys are Virtual Console. This one, of course, Sword and Shield, Crown Tundra DLC. So this shiny Dratini is the guaranteed shiny Dratini you get in White 2 at the end of the battle tree, I think. You fight Alder's son, I think, and you get you fight either. It's been a while. You either fight Alder or Alder's son, and you get a shiny Dratini. There's a shiny Gibble you get in Black 2. Mew is the GF Trainer Fly Glitch Mew you can get in Virtual Console Red or Blue. Let's see, Chikorita. Chikorita. So in Pokemon Emerald, if you fill the entire Pokedex in Emerald, which requires you to have Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Colosseum, and XD Gale of Darkness, I believe. If you fill the entire Pokedex one time, Professor Elm will give you a choice, or Birch will give you a choice of one of 3 Johto starters: Chikorita, Cyndaquil, or Totodile. So I did that 3 times. So there's Chikorita, and here is Cyndaquil. Wait, hang on. Oh, no, Cyndaquil I evolved. Hang on. This one. So here is the Cyndaquil that I got. So this is neat. This is a Hoenn region Hisuian Typhlosion. That's why I did that one. So there's Cyndaquil, and there is Totodile. And right here is the Hisuian Jotonian form Typhlosion. There it is. Okay. And this one, this Totodile and this Chikorita, I might evolve in Legend ZA. I haven't decided on that yet. But that one, this is cool. This one Pokemon represents 3 different regions. This one Pokemon represents 3 different regions. It's a Johto Pokemon that comes from Hoenn, but its form was created in Hisui. So to me, that's a really cool Pokemon. And then our next special thing is going to be Sudowoodo. So these are all going to be Virtual Console Johto. And then Sudowoodo. So the rarest version of this Sudowoodo exists in Pokemon Emerald at the battle, right before you get to the battle tower. So that's where that Sudowoodo came from. What's our next thing on the list? Oras, Steelix. Okay. Alright. All of these are going to be Virtual Console. I should note, any Pokemon that you see in the Pokedex section that came from Kanto, it was called originally in Kanto Virtual Console. So both of these are Kanto Virtual Console. This Steelix right here is an exception. So this Steelix came from the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Japanese demo on a Japanese 3DS. So here is that, and there is the game for it. So what I had to do was I had to order a Japanese 3DS. I had to order a Japanese copy of Alpha Sapphire. I had to put the demo back into the Japanese 3DS, then play through the demo, get the Steelix, then transfer it over to my English Alpha Sapphire, and then send it up to bank from there. So this is one of those quickly going extinct type of Pokemon. What next is Celebi. Okay, so then we have, of course, our Saluna, which is a guaranteed catch. I caught him in a heavy ball. It's guaranteed catch. And then all of these should just be Virtual Console that one's going to be Kanto. Virtual Console, Kanto, or Johto. That one's going to be Kanto also. These all should be Virtual Console, Kanto, or Johto. Nothing super special about these. The Celebi is, of course, from Virtual Console Johto in Pokemon Crystal on the 3DS. And then that is it until we get to here. We are starting on Gen 3. So when Ruby and Sapphire first came out, there was a glitch that your time-based events like growing berries and stuff would stop in the Shoal Cave where you get Glalie pre-evolution Snorunt. Time-based events in Ruby and Sapphire would stop working a year after you started up your game. So to fix that, Game Freak and the Pokemon Center gave away a shiny Zigzagoon holding a berry. I forget what kind of berry it was, but that would essentially fix, that berry would fix your game, and it was called Berry Glitch Zigzagoon. So if you receive that in Ruby, your Zigzagoon would be named Ruby, and it was guaranteed shiny. If you receive that Zigzagoon in Sapphire, it was named Sapphire. So I've got one of each. These are all going to be just Gen 3. What's next? It looks like Spinda. Okay, so somewhere on the next page I have matching Spindas, but we're gonna go through. We have a lot of Pokemon to get through. We're only on page 12. I don't know how many pages, so we're gonna get through. So right here you see two matching forms of Spinda. They're basically duplicates of each other. All right, the next one is going to be Demo Lightly. Okay, so just like how I had to go through the Japanese Oras demo to get Steelix, this is the English Oras demo gift you get for having the Oras demo on your English copy of the 3DS or your English 3DS. So that's that, and I think our next special Pokemon is going to be Latios and Latios. Okay. So this, there's Registeel. This Latios and Latios, these were from the Eon ticket. This thing cost me like $160. There's the Eon ticket, and here is the e-reader. You just do it like that, or like I can't remember how that maybe. Either way, these are these two Pokemon cost me like $80 a piece. There's Kyogre from Sapphire, Groudon from Ruby, Rayquaza from Emerald, I believe. This Wishmaker Jirachi was from the Coliseum bonus disc, I believe. I believe that's where that came from. And yeah. This one came from the Coliseum bonus disc. And then Channel Jirachi is from Pokemon Channel in the UK. So that's pretty good. So the last time I showed you guys my collection, I said I wanted 4 different Deoxyses in 4 different forms from 4 different locations, and I finally managed to get that. So this one is the Dull Deoxys. This was an event from when Destiny Deoxys in the Netherlands was released. Over there it was called Dull Deoxys. So this is a Dutch movie version Deoxys. This one is the Space Center Deoxys. This was distributed at the Houston Space Center in Houston, Texas. This one is the Oras. I can't think of what it's called. A Delta episode. This is the Oras Delta episode Deoxys that I call it myself. And then this one, I think it's this. No, there are 3 Master Balls, 4 Master Balls you'll see in my entire collection. This is one of them. This is the Birth Island Deoxys in Kanto. Fire Red Leaf Green. So these are all Gen 4s. These are all Gen 4s. I don't think we have anything special here. Yep, we don't have anything we have to stop and explain until we get to midway, until we get almost to the end of Gen 4. Here we go. All right. So these are all just for, this guy is from Gen 2. There's our Mr. Mime that we talked about, Mime Jr. So this is the Gibble that you get at the end of Black 2, the shiny guaranteed Gibble. And then let me see. All right. So this guy's going to be Virtual Console Johto, Virtual Console Kanto, Virtual Console Cancel, Virtual Console Kanto, Virtual Console Kanto, Virtual Console Kanto, Kanto, Johto, Johto, Kanto, Kanto, Johto, Johto, Kanto, Hoenn. Not Virtual Console Hoenn, but just Hoenn. Yeah, Hoenn region. So this is Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. This is also Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. This guy's also going to be Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. This one's also going to be Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Let me make sure. Like 90%. Yep, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Yep, so it's good old days of Hoenn, and this is our Rotom. So the first Rotom came from Platinum, I believe, and then the subsequent ones came from BDSP. And these, of course, are Lake Trio, Dialga, Giratina. Oh, so Regigigas, in Diamond and Pearl, Regigigas in Snow Point Temple is level like 80, I think, but in Platinum it's level 1. And so I just love level 1 legendaries. I love underleveled Pokemon. Eventually, I want to do a whole collection of all the underleveled Pokemon. This Fione was bred in the Gen 4 games from Haley's. No, it was bred from Manaphy. Hang on. This Manaphy, this Manaphy was from Pokemon Ranger, and I used this Manaphy to breed that Fione, so that's why it has Myoti. Darkrai, of course, came from I can't think of what it's called right now. Shaman came from Oak. This is Oak's letter Shaman. You can DNS hack. You can DNS hack all the Gen 4 events back into place. So this Arceus. Let me talk about this Arceus. So there was a rumor, and I was able to test it out myself. If you DNS hack the Azure Flute into Diamond specifically, then catch Arceus, then erase all of its moves from Judgment, then level up to 100, you can transfer it up to the Gen 5 game and then to bank from there. So this is a somewhat legit, it's a legit Arceus, but it was never released. So it's like, call it legit, call it illegit, call it whatever you want. And this is the Liberty Pass Victini. And then we have our Gen 5 Pokemon. Let me get to... So this is our Hisuian Unnovan form Samurott and our Unnovan Hisuian form Samurott. Alright, then all of these guys are just your normal Gen 5 Pokemon. Nothing... and Pokemon. Sorry. So if you play all the way through Black or White and then do the memory link for Black and White 2, you can catch N's Pokemon. I showed you guys these last time, so I'm not going to stop. But I've got every single one of N's Pokemon along with all their evolutions. So I played through it. I caught N's Pokemon multiple times to get all of them. And I should have showed you guys these the last time, so I'm not going to stop to do that again. So this is the Unnovan-born Hisuian Lilligant. And then there's your White Striped Basculin, of course. And the white ones are these White Darmanitans and Darmakas are from Gen 8, of course. I have Mineshaw coming up left unless I skipped over it. When I was doing the original Master Dex challenge, I had 2 full odds shiny Pokemon. The first one was Gourgeist, Pumpkaboo, and the second one was Mineshaw. There's Mineshaw. Oh, this Haxorus. So this Haxorus is the guaranteed shiny Haxorus you get from seeing every Pokemon in your decks in Black and White too. So that's a pretty easy one to get actually. And this is my full odds shiny Mineshaw. This one should be, this is a Unnovan-born Hisuian form Braviary. That's what I'm going to start saying. Unnovan-born Hisuian form Braviary. These guys, of course, let me see. Okay, cool. So I don't have anything. This was from an event in 2013, and this one was the one you catch in Sword and Shield. So I got both forms of Keldeo there. Right here is the Ash Greninja you get from the Sun and Moon demo on the 3DS. Got all my forms of Vivillon here. I got my Flabébés, Floette, Florges, all of those, Skidoo Gogoat. So right now, you can only get Furfrou trims from Pokemon Go. So that's why those have the Go stamp on them. I'm hoping, I'll show you in a minute, but I'm hoping that you can trim your Furfrou in Legend ZA and send it to home from there. These are all going to be X and Y, and you can tell they're from X and Y because they have the little pentagon thing. With this being the exception, this guy's going to be from Virtual Console Kanto. And so this is a Kalos-born Hisuian form Sliggoo, Kalos-born Hisuian form Goodra. And here's my first ever full odds shiny Pokemon that I caught during the Master X Challenge. And this is my Kalos-born Hisuian form Avalugg. I'm getting tired of saying that. Caught this one in X, caught this one in Y. 10% Zygarde is only available in Sun and Moon. 50% Zygarde, of course, was available in Kalos. This is an event, this is an event, this is an event, this is an event. And here we go. This is my Hisuian-born Alolan form Decidueye and Alolan-born Hisuian form Decidueye. I don't think there's not much super special in. I don't think there's anything super special in my Gen 7 because there wasn't a whole lot of ultra rare Pokemon, with the exception of some of these are going to be totem Pokemon. That's the only real exception there. Some of these are totem Pokemon, but there's nothing in home that shows that they're totem Pokemon. So I'm just showing you guys all of these Pokemon. Lunala, I think I showed just last year. I went back and caught Lunala in the Moon Ball, and Solgaleo in Premier Ball. There's my different forms of Magearna. Event Zero Orre. There's Meltan from Go. So this will become important later. When you transfer a Pokemon from Go through Let's Go, it drops the stamp on the box screen there. So that's why the stamp's not there. This is an event Melmetal. These are my Gen 8s. What is Mr. Rhyme is the next thing I wanted to show you guys. So these are all going to be, of course, Galar born. This is my authentic Sinistee T, authentic Poltergeist, counterfeit, or whatever it's called, counterfeit Sinistee and counterfeit Poltergeist. These are going to be just Pokemon. Okay, so this Mr. Rhyme in Legends Arceus. If you haven't played the game, they have what's called Alpha Pokemon. In Legends Arceus, you can catch all the Pokemon in their Alpha forms. This Mr. Rhyme was caught as an Alpha Mime Junior in Legends Arceus, and then sent over to Sword and Shield to evolve. So this is the only Alpha Pokemon that shouldn't exist, because it's an Alpha form of a Pokemon that's not in Legend. That can't. It's the only Alpha Pokemon that can't go to Hisui. If that makes sense. And these are all of our Alchemys, of course. I don't think there's anything super special here until we get to Cleavor. Oh, I went back and caught some of these guys at Beast Balls. Zarude, Regieleki, Regidrago, Glastrier, Spectrier, Calyrex, Weirdeer, this Cleavor. So remember earlier when I was talking about Pinsir and the Sport Ball, this Cleavor was also caught in a Sport Ball in Heart Gold Soul Silver during the bug catching contest. So it went all the way up to Paldea to evolve. This Ursaluna, of course, is Virtual Console Johto. And then Enamorus, Brigatito. And that's it until the next. So that's it for all the special Pokemon. We got 3 and 4 family Mousehold there. We have our Squawkabillies. We have these guys. These guys we have our Venison and Palafin. The Dunsparce, I have transferred over. So this is going to be Virtual Console Kanto, Virtual Console Johto, Virtual Console Johto. This, I have transferred about 300 Virtual Console Dunsparces. None of them are 3-segment. So I am still trying to hunt that one. This King Gambit is from Unova, Black and White. And I think that's it. Other than, these are all. This is the roaming form Gimme Ghoul, chest form Gimme Ghoul. And these are just the Pokemon that were released in the deal. Oh, hang on. So, Poltergeist, Authentic Poltergeist, Sinischa, and Authentic Sinischa, which I nicknamed Authentischa, which is really difficult to say. And this is our Galarian-born Arcaludon, and our Galarian-born Hydrapple, and I also forgot Galarian-born Dipplin as well. So that's it for the Pokedex. We're moving on to the gender forms. So of all these, we're going to have male, female, male, female. The difference with mine versus most is all of these are Virtual Console Kanto. Every Kanto Pokemon is from Virtual Console Kanto. All of these are Virtual Console. So we have for males, females. All of these are, should be Virtual Console Johto. All of these are Virtual Console Johto. With the exception, these, I believe, the Steelixes are Kanto. Yeah, Steelixes are from Kanto. So all of these came, with the exception of these, all of these came from the earliest games you can get them in. So Kanto and Johto, where they fit. Hoenn, they're all going to be Gen 3 Hoenn, not Gen 6 Hoenn. All of these are going to, these guys are going to be Gen, down here, going to be Gen 4 Sinnoh, not Gen 8 Sinnoh. I just want to show you guys that I have all of them, because it'd be really easy to just go into Gen 8 Sword and Shield and or even BDSP and just breed all those other ones down, but I wanted to get them from the earliest. This is my shiny Dex. So this Bulbasaur, I got really lucky. That one's a Virtual Console Bulbasaur, but most of these are going to be from Gen 7. Most of these are going to be from Gen 7, 8, or 9. There are a couple of exceptions I wanted to show you. A couple of really cool Pokemon I wanted to show you. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Stop, take a look. Most of the legendaries you see were events that were given away. Because if I didn't have to shiny hunt them, I wasn't going to. So this guy, hang on. Oh yeah, this was caught in the Ultra Space Ultra Wilds. So this Keldeo, this event is still active. You can get it in Pokemon Home by filling up your Sword and Shield plus DLC Dexes in Pokemon Home. You get this as a gift. If you fill, this is the first time shiny Keldeo was ever released. Same goes for Meloetta. If you fill up the entire Paldea Dex in Home with the DLCs, everything's got to come from Paldea. You will get gifted a Meloetta. So these are the two newest species who have been we've been given access to a home shiny form for them. So we're gonna go through. If you look, all the forms are there too. I didn't do genders for these. I'm gonna go back and do those one day. Let's see, all of these guys. All these guys are there. All right, Pokemon Go. All these ones that say they came from, they don't have the Go stamp, they were transferred through Kanto. That's why they don't have the Go stamp. So here is my Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1. Oh, I have Gen 9 Tauros isn't shiny because I don't think that one was released as shiny. This spot is for for another Chikorita. I want to, because it's going to have a new form in Legends Z8, so I want to have that ready. I have a shiny Totodile from the recent Community Day, ready to evolve that one into whatever the Kalos form Relegate is going to look like. I'm ready to evolve that guy. And here are some more Johtos, Hoenn, Sinnoh. And this I have room for, I need to get another Tepig to evolve in Z8 to have the Go Stamp Kalos form Embar. There's still a bunch of shinies I don't have, but I have a lot of shinies. These two were caught. One of these was caught just the other day. Yeah, 4:10. I'm recording this on 4:15, so this ducklet was caught just a couple of days ago. Oh, and the swan was caught a couple days ago too. Let me see. There's something in Hoenn. One of the Hoenn Pokemon I just caught the other day too. Meloetta. There is an event that you could have paid for shiny Meloetta. I'm working on that, but I just don't have it ready yet. So when I get that shiny Meloetta, it's going to go there. Let's see. I have been playing Pokemon Go since 2016, and I still don't have any shiny Furfros from Go, which sucks. There's my Gen 6 and 7. Oh, Ultra Beast, if there's anything special. Oh, right here. Applin is coming out in like a week, like 2 weeks after I record this. It's coming out like a week after this video goes live. So Applin, Flapple, and Appleton are going to go there. And then at the end, here's my Gen 8 and 9. Here's going to be Dipplin the Hydra. And of course, I'm pretty sure Kingambit has not been released in Go yet. I caught this as a Bishop and Bisharp and just transferred them over to Gen 9 to evolve them there. Most of these were evolved in Gen 9. And for unknowns, so I've got unknowns. I've got a full alphabet of unknowns from every region. So these are all Fire Ray Leaf Green. These are all Virtual Console Johto, with the exception of these two, which were not released. These didn't exist when Gen 2 came out. So these are from Heart Gold Soul Silver. The last time I showed you guys, I had TOBY Shiny Hunted with unknowns in honor of Toby, the person who created the Master Dex challenge, which got me started on this whole journey. I went back into Gen 6 Oras and Shiny Hunted all the unknowns. So these are all from Hoenn, because I wanted the whole alphabet as a shiny, so I got that. These are from Gen 4 Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. These are from Hisui. None of them are alphas, and I'm not going to alpha hunt them. I just don't want to. And these are all from Go. The last time I showed you guys my collection, one of these was missing. I think it was question mark. Finally got all my Go unknowns. And then this. So this is, you could argue, the closest thing to a set of illegitimate Pokemon I have, because there's literally no legitimate way to get these. Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 are on the Switch, but you cannot transfer Pokemon out. So on Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, there is a box full of gift Pokemon you can get by running the Elite Four, the gyms in Elite Four so many times, and I believe Psyduck you get it by registering every single Pokemon in the Elite Four. So what I did was I got all these on my physical cartridge of Pokemon Yellow, and then using a GBI, a Game Boy operator, I put them on my computer and then put them in my Virtual Console Yellow. So these are, and this is the yellow version of Pikachu. This is the Pokemon Yellow Special Partner Pikachu. So these are all from Pokemon Stadium, technically illegitimately, because you cannot transfer from the Gen 1 or 2 physical cartridges up to Gen 3 to then send to home. So these are technically illegitimate, but they're really fucking cool. So everything up to Farfetch was given away in Stadium 1, and then these two you can only get in Pokemon Stadium 2. And then using these two, XD Gale of Darkness and Pokemon Coliseum, these are all of the Pokemon that were available in the Orre region, which are those two games. So these are all going to say, I'll show you. Hang on. Distant Land. This I think this is the e-reader. I forgot to write this one down. I think this is the e-reader Pikachu. Anyway, so these are all going to be Distant Lands. I showed you all these. If you watched my video a year ago, you've seen all these. First thing I want to get to is Togepi. I got a couple of shinies since last time. This is another 3-region Typhlosion. This is an Orre region Johtonian Pokemon in its Hisuian form. And I want to go back and get another Orre region Totodile. And you know what? I might send this one. I want to get another Orre region Totodile, and I want to get another Orre region Chikorita to evolve in ZA. So this Togepi is from the Japanese e-reader. I showed you these last time. This is another Japanese e-reader Togepi. This is a Japanese e-reader Mareep. Japanese e-reader Flaffy, Japanese e-reader Ampharos, and I have a Japanese e-reader Scizor here. There's Japanese e-reader Scizor. I'm going to show you that it comes from a distant land. There you go. Oh, and then the next special one, these are all from the Orre region, but our next special one is going to be Celebi because it came from the Japanese. This is the XD Gale of Darkness, XD001 Lugia, and the Mount Battle Ho-Oh you get in Pokemon Colosseum. And this is the Japanese Colosseum bonus disc version of Celebi. It's one of the rarest Celebis out there, one of the rarest Pokemon out there. And these are all from the Orre region as well. Let's see. And here we get to Pokemon that shouldn't exist. This is another Witchmaker Jirachi from the Colosseum bonus disc. This is a Roselia that was evolved in a later game. This is I can't think of his name now, but he's Gen 2 Pokemon evolved in Gen 4. Mischievous. I can't remember that. So these are all Pokemon from the Orre region that weren't available in the Orre region because they were evolved in later gens. These are all Orre region Pokemon. This is another Japanese Colosseum, Japanese e-reader Togekiss. These are all, again, Pokemon that were not in XD Gale of Darkness or Colosseum, but they were evolved later. This is a Hisuian Weirdeer, Hisuian Kleavor, Hisuian Ursaluna. All three of these guys are from the Orre region, distant land. Oh, and then this is an Annihilate from the Orre region and a Dunsparce from the Orre region. I don't know if you can get a 3-segment Dunsparce from the Orre region, but that may be something else I'll try soon. So, in 2004, Pokemon Company gave away tons of free Pokemon at the Pokemon Center in New York. I think I just said that. These are all that this is. Obviously, this was evolved in Alola, but I have one species of each of the Pokemon Center New York Pokemon. Some of these are given away in Gen 2. Hang on. Yep, there we go. Celebi. Oh my goodness. There we go. So there weren't many, but there they are. So these are my Gen 4 side games. All right, so this is, if you can think of a better name for this box, let me know. I can't think of a better name for this box. The box is just Gen 4 side games. So this is my Oblivia Deoxys for Pokemon Ranger 3. These are all Oblivia Deoxyses. The form varies depending on which game you send it to. And you can also change it in Oras, I think. This is my Kyle's Riolu and Lucario from Pokemon Ranger 2. This is Oblivia Heatran from Pokemon Ranger 3. This is Almia's Darkrai from Pokemon Ranger 2. And these are Oblivia Shaman from Pokemon Ranger 3. And then down here we have the PK-Topia Pikachu, Raichu, Alolan Raichu, Electivire, and Magmortar from Battle Revolution on the Wii. And we're, believe it or not, we're close to getting done. So, the last time I showed you guys my Dream Ball collection, they were all Dream Radar 3DS Pokemon. I have since learned that Project Pokemon has a Discord server where they brought back Pokemon Dream World, the Gen 5 website that you could go and get Pokemon from. So these I have, just like so I have one species for every Dream World Pokemon and one species for every Enter Dream Zone Dream Radar 3DS Pokemon. So these are all from the Dream World website. Huge shout out to Project Pokemon, because without them this would not be possible. One of these, I don't know which. One of these is from, okay, so this one has to be from the Dream Radar because it's the oldest. And then I got this one in January. So this one is from the Dream World website. This one is from the Dream Radar, Dream World, Dream Radar, Dream World, Dream Radar. Oh, and these guys are also Dream World. These are the only legitimate ways to get a Pokemon in a Dream Ball before Gen 9 came out. Or maybe before Gen 8 came out, excuse me. This is a Dream Ball Cleavor, obviously. I was completely blown away when I realized that that Project Pokemon had basically created this website again to go back and get all these Pokemon. This is amazing. It's a Farigiraf, a Dream World Farigiraf, Dream World Weirdeer. And these two were on the Dream Radar 3DS. By putting Heart Gold and Soul Silver in your 3DS while playing Dream World, you can catch those. And there's a Dream World Arceus on here somewhere, if I can find it. Yeah, anytime you see a duplicate species, it's because they're available both in Dream World and the Dream Radar, and I wanted to have all my bases covered for this. So these are all going to be, it is 10 o'clock. All the different forms of Rotom, and this was gotten by putting your copy of Diamond in your 3DS while playing the Dream Radar, Pearl in your 3DS while playing the Dream Radar, and Platinum in your 3DS while playing the Dream Radar. And this is the only legitimate way to get Arceus in a Dream Ball. And some may say it's not legitimate because it's being run by people who aren't Nintendo, but this was available for a time. Obviously not in 2025, but it was available for a time. So it is the only legitimate way to get Arceus in a Dream Ball. I'm missing something right there. I don't know what that spot is supposed to be. Oh, that's just the end. Okay, so these were the three main Pokemon you get at the end of Dream Radar. These were the three final bosses at the end of Dream Radar. So at this point, I was running out of Pokemon to go get, and so I just decided to get every Pelago Pokemon I could find that's available in the Ultra game. So these are all, including post Gen 7 evolutions. These are all of the Pelago Pokemon you can get by befriending them in the Pelago in the Ultra games. So there's absolutely nothing special about them other than I just wanted to do it. So this was a huge challenge. I have got every traded Pokemon in this massive trader's decks from Red and Blue all the way up to Scarlet and Violet. I can't remember how many pages this is, how many boxes it is. Some of these duplicates, you'll see, so Spot would have been Red and Blue, Nidorina, and then Terry would have been yellow. For some reason, they only did this in Gen 1. The Pokemon you get in Red and Blue by trade have been changed in yellow. So this is a Red and Blue Spot. This is a Red and Blue Nidorina. This is a yellow Nidorina. This is, and the reason they're all trainer is because when you transfer it up, the OT are always trainer for the Gen 1 games only. This is a yellow Nidoqueen, Red Blue Nidoqueen, yellow Nidoqueen, red, and then we get to these. This is that Ducks I was talking about. So here's my Red and Blue Dugong and my yellow Dugong. For some reason, there's Doris. My sister's name is Doris. There's Mark Lickitung. This is my red and blue Marcel Mr. Mime. This is my yellow Miles Mr. Mime. This is my Mark Lickitung Evolved. Hang on. So this is the end of Gen 1, red, blue, and yellow. Starting here is Gold, Silver, Crystal. So these were all traded in Gold, Silver, Crystal, and you can see the OT names have changed, have gone back to normal. So this goes to Rhyperior. So this is the last traded Pokemon you can get in the Gen 2 games. Starting here is Gen 3. And we're starting with Fire and Leaf Green, going all the way down to Tangrowth. Were these oh yeah, these were. These two, for some reason, were changed between Fire and Leaf Green. I don't know why, but it's I got them all. I don't know why I did it, but I got them all. So this starts Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, all the way to Plusle, which so Plusle, this is the end of Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald trades. These are the these few are the XD and Coliseum trades. Just those 9, and then this starts Heart Soul Silver. This is Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu. Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu again. Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu again. This is Jose. Some of these are gym leaders. I believe you get Whitney's Steelix. Here's Brock's Rhyhorn, Brock's Rhydon. Nope, I thought it was... Oh, there it is, Jasmine. Jasmine's Steelix you get in Heart Soul Silver. This is Steven's Beldum. Hang on. Okay, Rhyperior. And this is Brock's Rhyhorn. And this Abra starts Diamond and Pearl. And there's not many. It's just 6 of these. This is the infamous Gengar Haunter. And you could that it has an Everstone, so it doesn't evolve. You could just trade it to a different game and evolve it, or you can even evolve it in Gen 4 just into a different game. If you have 2 games and 2 DSs, you could just do that. So this is the end of Gen 4. This is the end of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum's trades. So this is why you didn't see Haley's Pokemon earlier. These are all Haley's Pokemon from my Pokemon Ranch that you get by trade. So there's Pikachu, there's Raichu, there's Raichu Evolved and Alola, of course. Vulpix, Ninetales, these are all going to be Haley's Pokemon. They were all given away in my Pokemon Ranch, and she's going to go all the way to... I think Fiona is... All of these, I believe, are Haley's Pokemon, yeah. Haley has a ton of Pokemon. And this is Haley's Fiona from my Pokemon Ranch. And this... Okay, so this starts in Black and White 2. If you pick a female, you trade with Curtis. If you pick a male, you command the male character, you trade with Yancey. There's a whole cell phone quest line thing. You find a cell phone, pick it up, and you get calls. And after so many calls, you meet them by the Ferris wheel. And after so many times meeting them, they trade you Pokemon. These are all the Pokemon you can get from Yancey in Black and White 2 by selecting the male sprite as your player trader. So these are all Yancey's Pokemon. And goes all the way down. Curtis. Okay, so right here starts, if you pick the female player character to start Black and White 2, do the quest line, you can trade with Curtis. And these are all going to be Curtis's Pokemon. So Curtis's Pokemon go all the way down to Annihilate. And of course, Annihilate wasn't available in Gen 5. You had to send them all the way up to Gen 9 to evolve them. This is... Oh, these are the rest of the Gen 5 traits. So these are all just random Gen 5 traits. I want to give Yancey and Curtis their own special spot because they're... Oh, so that ends the Gen 5 traits. Moving on to Gen 6 Oras trades, Cursula, all the way to Delcatty. So there wasn't many in Gen 6 in Oras. And then here with X and Y, these are all the trades you can do in X and Y. There's Diantha's Ralts, Diantha's Curly, and Diantha's Gardevoir, Champion Diantha. And then let's see, all the way to, hang on. Wait, how far am I going? Greninja. Okay, so all of these are, this is Shauna's Chester, Shauna's Kinnekins. Depending on what starter you pick will determine which of these starters she gives you, but there's all 9 of Shauna's starters you can get. Then we get to Sun and Moon, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I didn't distinguish. So these are all the Gen 7 trades that you can get. I believe one of these are gym leaders. I can't remember. Going down to Serena. That's the end of Gen 7, or that's the end of the Alolan games. And Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. You can catch Kanto Pokemon that have Alolan variants and then trade them in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee for the Alolan variants. You can shiny hunt these, so I shiny hunted these. Here is Tatiana's Rattata and Raticate. I don't know. Citruses. I'm not going to try to read these. You can read them. These are all of the trades that you can get in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, all the way up to Marowak. Then in Sword and Shield, Marowak. Yeah. BDSP. Okay. So these are all the trades you can do in BDSP, and there's that Haunter and Gengar again. BDSP. Oh, here we go. All right, starting in Sword and Shield, you can trade for Meowth. You can trade for 2 different Meowths. One is in the base game, one is in the DLC. I can't remember which one is which. And then one is in the base game, one is in the DLC again, I believe. These are all just, we're going to keep going until we get to, oops, sorry. And there's, of course, an Arcaludon that I evolved in Gen 9 from Kapoor in Gen 8. And then starting here, we have all the Scarlet and Violet traits. Now, these include, this section includes all of the trades you can do at the end of the Blueberry Academy DLC. When you beat the Elite Four, you can invite people up to the battle room. You battle them 3 times, and once you battle them 3 times, they give you a Pokemon. If you do that multiple times, you can get all the evolutions. So here we go. Salvatore's Meowth. I am going to read these. Salvatore's Persian, Iono's Magnemite, Iono's Magneton, Blossoms. Oh, that's not one of them. Crispin's Magmar. That's not one of the gym leaders. Crispin's Magmar, Nemona's Soros, Penny's Eevee. All these are Penny's evolutions that I did. Gym leader Brassius and Flora. That's if you catch a Paldean Wooper, you can trade it for a regular Wooper. There's Rika's Wooper. There's a regular trade again. There's Rika's Clodsire, Lacey's Snubble from the Blueberry Elite Four, Lacey's Granbull. My arms are all falling asleep. Amaris's Skarmory, Crispin's Magby, Dangerous Meditite, Dangerous Medicham, Gulpin, Jocks, Swalot, Katie's Combee, Katie's Vespiquen, Iono's Magnezone, Crispin's Magmortar. If you befriend all of them and you do all the trades, then you get a Blitzel from Serrano. If you do it on a second save file, you get another Blitzel that you can evolve into Zebstrika. So there's times Rockruff, times Lycanroc, Miriam's Marini, Miriam's Toxapex, Arvin's Squovit, Arvin's Greedent, Kieran's Applin, Kieran's Flapple, Kieran's Appleton, Suggeros, Hatchram, Hatterene, Glenn's. I don't think those are gym leaders. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't think so. Drayton's Duraludon, Professor Clavel's, Palmo and Palmot, Tulips, Flittle and Espathra, Poppies, Tinkatuff and Tinkaton. Teams. Now this isn't a trade, but I didn't have everywhere else put it. This is the event Team Star River Room you got online as an event. Here's Gita's Glimmet and Glamora. Here's Rhymes, Graveorn and Houndstone. Here's Garusha's Satotl and Satitan. Here's Kofu's Veluza. Here's Larry's the Dunsparce. Here is Hostle's Arctibax and Baxcalibur. Here's Rhyfort's Gimmighoul and Goldango. Here is Kieran's Diplin. Carmine's Poltergeist and Sinistra. Drayton's Arcalodon. And Kieran's Hydropple. So what's next? Okay, so this is going to be fun. So, in addition to all of that, I got every legendary and mythical Pokemon that you can catch or be gifted as an event from all the games. So let's start with Kanto. So this is Virtual Console Kanto Articuno. This is Gen 3 Remake Kanto Articuno. This is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Articuno. Same thing with Zapdos, same thing with Moltres, same thing with Mewtwo. This first Mew is from Virtual Console Kanto. It is the Trainer Fly Glitch GF Mew. The second one is the Yoshira Mew distributed by Toys R Us in 1999. And this third one is the Pokeball Plus Mew from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That's a $50 Mew right there. This is the Raikou that you can catch in the Gen 1 remakes, Gen 3 remakes of Fire Red Leaf Green. And these are Gen 3 remakes also. And these are the other two Master Balls that you'll see on my thing. This is the Birth Island Shiny Deoxys, Birth Island Shiny Deoxys, Fire Red Leaf Green. And this is the Meltan that you get as a gift, Shiny Meltan you get as a gift. It is registered as being from the Kanto region, so it counts. Even though it was given to us at home, it says from Kanto, so it counts. So every one of these Pokemon were either caught or given away as Kanto Pokemon, as hailing from the Kanto region. This is where it gets crazy. So you see how this says Virtual Console Johto? You cannot catch Articuno anywhere in Virtual Console Gold, Silver, Crystal. However, you can catch it in Virtual Console Red, Blue, and Yellow, trade it over to Gold, Silver, Crystal, Virtual Console, and then send it up from bank there, and it will say it came from the Johto region. I don't know if that was an oversight when they made the Virtual Console games or what, but it's really neat. So this is Virtual Console Articuno, Heart Soul Silver Articuno, Virtual Console Zapdos, Heart Soul Silver, Virtual Console Heart Gold Soul Silver, Virtual Console Mewtwo, Heart Gold Soul Silver, Trainer Fly Glitch Virtual Console Mew, which says it comes from the Johto region, which is awesome. And this, I believe, yep, this is an event Mew that was given away in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Yep. And then, of course, we got our Virtual Console, our Gen 4 Remake, Virtual Console 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 Crystal Celebi that I shiny hunted, and this is a GameStop event Celebi that was given away during Gen 4. These obviously are Gen 4 Remake, Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza. All these can be caught in Gen 4 Johto. This is an event Jirachi that was given away during Gen 4. You could get it in Heart Soul Silver. Oblivion's Deoxys can be gotten in Heart Soul Silver. This is the level 1 Dialga you get by hacking in an Arceus, transferring over to Heart Soul Silver, and watching Arceus create Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. That's why they're all level 1. This Heatran is the Oblivia Heatran from Pokemon Ranger. You can claim it in Heart Soul Silver, and it'll say it came from the Johto region. And this is once you get Manaphy Egg from Pokemon Ranger, you can send it over to Heart Hard Gold Soul Silver to hatch, and it'll say it came from Johto. You can breed it with Ditto and get a Fione that says it's from Johto. And this is the Oblivious Shaman from Pokemon Ranger you can get in Johto. Okay, Legends Hoenn. This is gonna get more crazy from here. So this is the Mystery Mew that Toys R Us gave away for the 2005 movie Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. And this is the Aura Mew that was given away in 2007 by Toys R Us during all the Gen 3 games. So both these guys say that they came from Hoenn. And this is the Shiny Faraway Island event, the Faraway Island Mew that I shiny hunted. And you have to have a Japanese Emerald, I believe, to do this one. And this is the Gen 3 Lugia. Some of them got Pokerus. This is the Gen 6 Oras Lugia, Gen 3 Ho-Oh, Gen 6 Ho-Oh, Gen 3, Gen 6, Gen 3, Gen 6, Gen 3, Gen 6. This is an event Game Freak Celebi that was given away during Gen 6, Gen 3, 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 and event 2015 event Shiny Rayquaza for Gen 6 Oras. This is the another UK channel Jirachi. Game Freak event Jirachi for Gen 6. Game Freak gave away all of the mythicals during Gen 6. You can get them in Oras or X and Y. So here is the Deoxys I caught at the end of the Delta episode and Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Oh, no, wait, hang on. No, wait. This one, this Deoxys, let me see this Deoxys. This is a Fateful Encounter Deoxys. I got an Emerald and the Delta episode Deoxys, sorry. So these guys are all gotten in Gen 6 remakes, Gen 6 remakes, Gen 6 remakes. What else? When I get down to, these are all Gen 6 remakes. These are all from the Hoenn region, but they're all Gen 6, either caught during in the Hoopa things or given away, distributed. Who do we get to? This is the XYZ Xerneas and Zygarde that were distributed in 2016. This is Descartes Yveltal that was distributed during the 2018 Legends event. And then, next page. This universe Deoxys was given away in Oras and X and Y in Oras in Hong Kong. Oras and X and Y in Hong Kong in 2015. And this one was given away as an event, I believe, only in Oras. I could not find it in X and Y. And there's Harry's Hoopa that was given away in Oras and X and Y in 2015 and 2016. And then Helen's Volcanion distributed in 2016 to Oras and X and Y. Alright, so starting in Legend Sinnoh. This was caught in Gen 4 Sinnoh. This was caught in BDSP, Gen 4, BDSP, Gen 4, BDSP, BDSP. I don't think you could get Mewtwo in Gen 4 Sinnoh. This is Haley's Mew to satisfy Gen 4. Oh, this is the Mew that you get in BDSP if you have a copy of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee save file on your Switch at the time you boot up BDSP. And these were shiny hunted in BDSP down here. Oh, this is a Gen 4 Regirock, Gen 8 Regirock, Gen 4 Regice, Gen 8 Regirise, Gen 4 Registeel, or Gen 8 Registeel. These are all Gen 8s. This is a, do I have a note up here? Yep. This is an event Rayquaza distributed in South Korea in Diamond and Pearl in 2008. This is the only way you can get, that I'm aware of, that you can get a Rayquaza in Generation 4 Sinnoh region. And this is the Rayquaza that I shiny hunted. I should have called him in a luxury ball. This is the Rayquaza that I shiny hunted in BDSP. And this is the GameStop event Jirachi, and this is the Jirachi that you get for having Sword and Shield save data in your Switch when you boot up Diamond and Shining Pearl. This is a GameStop Deoxys that was giving away Diamond and Pearl in 2008. And Gen 4, Gen 8, Gen 4, Gen 8, Gen 4, Gen 8, all of these. The ones I could shiny hunt feasibly, I did. Some of the old ones I shiny hunted too, awesome. And you guys, by this point, you know where these Fionas and Manaphy's came from. Fiona from BDSP, Manaphy from BDSP, Darkrai from BDSP, Oak's Letter, Gen 8 Oak's Letter. This is the level 100 Judgment Azure Flute Arceus and Diamond that I shiny hunted. And this is the same Arceus that anybody can get in BDSP. After you have to beat BDSP, and then you have to beat Legends Arceus all the way through and catch Arceus. And then, only when you have a completed Legends Arceus save file, can you go back to use the Azure Flute in BDSP to catch Arceus, which is shiny huntable. Oh, moving on to, these are all of the legends and mythicals that you can get in Unova, either by catching or by events. Mewtwo distributed in 2012 in black and white. These are the Dream Radars that count as from the Unova region. The Reggie trio can be caught in black and white 2 in the Underground Ruins. Latias and Latias can be caught in black and white 2 in the Dream Yard. Groudon was distributed at the Pokemon Center in Japan in 2012. Kyogre was also distributed in the Pokemon Center in Japan in 2012. Shiny Rayquaza was distributed in Japan via a Wi-Fi event in 2012. Jirachi was distributed as part of the Best Wishes event in Japan in 2012. Plasma's Deoxys was a trading card game TCG tie-in in 2013 in Black and White 2. The Lake Trio was available in Black and White 2 after becoming champion. Heatran is available in the Reversal Mountain. Regigigas Twist Mountain. Giratina is again available in. Oh, I could have got that. No, that one's from Dream Radar with Platinum, but it says it comes from Unova. This is the Fiona that you can breed from Manaphy. If you send it to Gen 5 and breed it there. Darkrai is a 2012 event as another TCG tie-in. And Shaman was from the Pokemon Center Thank You event in Japan in 2012. And Arceus, of course, as we talked about, was from Dream World. Victini is another Liberty Pass Victini. And of course, you know the other ones. All these can be just regularly gotten in Gen 5. This is an event from 2013. This is an event from 2013. This is an event from, I think, Hong Kong in 2013. Hong Kong or China. There's Plasma's Genesect from the event. This is where it gets easy. So you know where these came from. Roaming, Cave, Event. I didn't write any of these down. Event, bread, event, event. All of these, some of the mythicals, if you saw them in the Orre box, it's the same box, the same as those. These are our, Legends Kalos didn't have much. Legends of Alola also doesn't have. At this point, I was tired of taking notes. So these are all caught in either the Ultra Space Wilds or given away as part of an event. Arceus was given away as part of an event. Victini was given away as part of an event. A couple of these were shiny hunted, but not many of them. Oh, no, Tapu Fini is not shiny. I wish I had somewhere to store these three. They're not taking up their own box. These are all the legends that you can get in Galar. We have all of these, all the ones that are shiny were shiny hunted in the Dynamax Adventures in the Crown Tundra DLC. Victini was an event. Yep, Victini was an event. The Victory event. Oh, Keldeo. Keldeo. We talked about this earlier. If you fill up your Sword and Shield decks at home, you get a Galar region shiny Keldeo. These are. Alright. And there's both forms of Zarude. And there is that. and Legends Hisui, which if you play Legends Arceus, you know that this is it for Hisui. Like if you finish the Legends Arceus decks at home, you get a shiny Enamorus, and that's where these two came from. That's what those two are. I don't think any of the other legendaries in Hisui are shiny huntable. Yeah. And here's Legends Paldea. Yep, so we're almost done. We're on page 5. No, we're on page 6 of 6. Last page. All right, so we're almost done. So, these are all the ones you can, after finishing Blueberry Academy, doing all that, you can go to Snacksworth in Blueberry Academy, and you can get the snacks that allow you to catch the old legendaries. So these are all caught in Scarlet and Violet. This is an event Dialga that was given away last year, I think. Deoxys. This is it's not a Mightiest Mark, but this was the anime tie-in one that you could catch. That's a guaranteed shiny. And there's Keldeo, another event giveaway. I should have put it. Okay. Alright. I caught. This is the Kubfu. I caught all these in Premier Balls, I think. Oh, there's an event Zarude that comes from the Paldea region. Volcano is there also. These are all just random ones that you can go catch. All these down here, you can just go catch them. There's nothing special down here. Oh my god. So, now we're on to Gigantamax. So I have every species of Pokemon that's capable of having a G-Max stamp, unless I missed something. Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, Squirtle, and Wartortle are given to you by muster on the Isle of Armor, so you have to do that 4 times to get the whole 4 of those. The final evolutions, you can just give them the G-Max soup, but I don't think you can give the G-Max soup to the earlier species, the earlier evolutions. So the ones in this box that could be shiny hunted were shiny hunted. Charmander was of course given to you by Leon at the end of the game. Run through it twice to get 2, and then you could breed down a regular Charizard. You could breed down a shiny Charizard, give them G-Max soup. There's those 2. Blastoise, Butterfree, shiny G-Max. The event Pikachu and Meowth that you get, those aren't shinies, but you can breed them down to get shinies, and then just give them G-Max soup. So all these guys are shiny and G-Maxable. This is an event one. These are all shiny and G-Maxable. Milcery, G-Max Milcery was available in 2022 during a limited time raid event. And Hatchram was available in the wild area with the G-Max thing on it. And the reason I don't have Orcaludon is because you cannot send a G-Maxable Pokemon into Scarlet and Violet. You have to take the G-Max label off of them with the G-Max, with the Gigantamax soup, whatever it's called. You have to take that stamp off of them before they can go in Scarlet and Violet. So if I had an Archaludon right here, it wouldn't have the stamp on it, and I want all these to have the stamp, so no Archaludon. So that takes me to the Unrivaled. So Scarlet and Violet have been doing these limited time raids once a weekend. These are all 7-star raid online Pokemon. We have all 3 of these. We have Pikachu. I did Pikachu 3 separate times because at some point they will allow us to evolve Pikachu into Alolan Raichu. When that happens, I'm going to have a Mightiest Mark Pikachu and a Beast Ball ready for that. And so I had, with Eevee, I would have had to have done this like 9 times. I could not do it 9 times. I think I only had like 3 or 4 save files. So some of my friends stepped in. So this is Mightiest Mark Eevee that I caught, Mightiest Mark Vaporeon that my friend Sky caught, Mightiest Mark Jolteon that Sky caught, Mightiest Mark Flareon that Tammy caught, Mightiest Mark Dragonite that I caught, Mewtwo that I caught, the Mew that I used to catch that Mewtwo, Meganium, Typhlosion, Hisuian Typhlosion, Feraligatr, Espeon, Umbreon, all of the... hang on. So Sky caught this Espeon, and then Vero caught this Umbreon. Those are all Mightiest Mark. Seb, my Discord moderator, caught this Leafeon for me. I caught Glaceon. All of these, and then somebody caught Sylveon. Sky caught Sylveon. And then the most recent one they've done has been the Paldea starters, these 3. And this is the Iron Bundle from Christmas, like 2 years ago? Yeah, Christmas 2 years ago. Or a year and a half ago, whatever. Alright, so what's next? I am tired. They're getting ready to do pseudo-legendaries for the Mightiest Marks. I'm tired of pseudo-legendaries. So during the Journey Across America distribution event 2006, Nintendo gave away a bunch of Pokemon in Gen 3. These are all of the species of Pokemon that were given away. There's, of course, that one evolved later on. These are all the 10th anniversary Pokemon that were given away during the Journey Across America event. And then, 10 years later, they did the 20th anniversary event distribution in 2016. So you'll notice some of these from earlier boxes. So these are the 20th anniversary Game Freak Pokemon. Right here, I'm not going to go through all these. During various events from Gen 3 all the way through to Gen 9, this is my understanding. Every single species of Pokemon and form that can be gotten in a Cherish Ball. Cherish Balls are only given away during events. You can never catch any Pokemon in a Cherish Ball. You can never hold a Cherish Ball as an item. Cherish Balls are only ever given away during events. So I'm going to speed through this real quick because this video is going to be too long as it is, and I am not going to note every single one of these because it would just take way too damn long. Alright, Cherish Ball, Cherish Ball, Cherish Ball. The only one I will note is Tropius, because Tropius was... Oh, that's not even the right Tropius. Tropius, fun fact, Tropius was the first ever Pokemon to be distributed in a Cherish Ball, but apparently that's not the Tropius that I have. I thought it was. I just saw Nintendo. There's a Nintendo Hong Kong Shiny Jirachi. Like I said, I'm not going to stop and read all these. Nope, one more box. So everywhere that I can have a shiny, I have a shiny. With the exception of the legendaries, I have shinies and non-shinies. Just because. If it ever comes down to it and I have to make more room, I will just release the non-shiny legendaries that I have Cherish Balls of. Oh my god, I thought there was only 8 boxes of these. Holy crap. Oh, yeah. You can get a Cherish Ball Goomy, and you can send it to Legends Arceus and get the Hisuian Sliggoo and Goodra. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and the Descartes 2018 Legends. Descartes Xerneas. I told you I had a 2018 Descartes Xerneas somewhere. I knew it. Alright, are we done? Holy crap. Mime Jr. or Mr. Rhyme is Gen 8, so we gotta be close to being done. There we go. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, Goldango's gotta be the last one. Oh yeah, there's a event of those that have given away recently. I didn't realize how many Gen 9 events we've been given already. Okay, so. Now then. Game Freak, Pokemon Company, Nintendo, whatever you want to call it, they have given away some events in home and some events in bank. Every species that has been given away in home has the home OT, but not every species that was given away in bank were given away with your OT, whatever your OT is in the game that you received the gift in. So, to circumvent that, I named my character Bank for the ones that I got in Bank. So right here, this is the start of every Bank and home Pokemon gift we've been given since the 3DS. So this is a G-Max Bulbasaur. This is a regular Bulbasaur, G-Max Ivysaur, regular Ivysaur, G-Max Venusaur, regular Venusaur, G-Max Charmander, Oh, no. Regular Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, G-Max Squirtle, regular Squirtle, G-Max Wartortle, regular Wartortle, G-Max Blastoise, regular Blastoise, Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu, Eevee. All of Eevee has evolutions, of course. And this is the first one. So this was given to us during the 3DS era. This is a gift Meganium. Let's see. Oh, these are from Legends Arceus. Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. This is there's Typhlosion. This is a bank gifted Typhlosion, and this is a you get it, Hisuian Typhlosion. This is a bank gifted Feraligatr. This is a bank gifted Celebi, bank gifted Regirock, bank gifted Regice, bank gifted Registeel. These are the BDSP gifts, Turtwig and all of those, Chimchar and all of those, Piplup and all of those, Rotom that was given away during the Sword and Shield era. This is the shiny Manaphy that was given away during BDSP. These are the Legends Arceus giveaway ones. This is again another home giveaway Keldeo. I've got so many different accounts on here to get these gifts from. There's another gifted Meloetta. These are the Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus Decidueye line, with the exception of this one, was from Bank. So this is that's why the OT is named Bank. This one's Bank, that one's Bank, that one's Bank, that one's Bank, that one's from Home. Obviously, that one's from Home, that one's from Home, that one's from Home. The rest of these are going to be Home because Bank didn't exist before Gen 8 or 9, or not. Bank wasn't used in Gen 8 or 9, I should say. All right, what else? Oh my God! So in preparation for Legend Z8, I've got a shiny Gen 2 Chikorita, a regular Gen 2 Chikorita, shiny Gen 2 Totodile, regular Gen 2 Totodile, shiny Gen 5 Tepig, regular Gen 5 Tepig. Yep. A Zygarde, which I'm hoping, a Zygarde from X and Y, which I'm hoping can be transformed into its 10% and then put back in Home. If I can't do that, then I'll just release that one. And then I've got a bunch of Furfros because, like I said, I'm hoping that I'll be able to trim Furfro in ZA and transfer them to Home from Kalos. Yeah, these will be from Kalos with their trim, so I can get rid of the ones that I have from Bank. So that is it. I also have every alpha Pokemon in its shiny form that you can get. I'm gonna do this. So these are all alpha shinies. Oh, hang on. I didn't show you Tunic. There you go. These are all alpha shinies. These are all alpha shinies. These are all alpha shinies. I do not have the unknowns as alphas. I don't have the full unknown thing because I've got one shiny alpha unknown. I am not doing all the unknowns. I do not want to. I've got like 6 different boxes full of unknowns, and to be honest, you can't make me shiny hunt all the alpha unknowns. You just can't make me do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm never going to do it. You can't make me do it. Here's everything else. Rotom. I don't have all the Rotom forms, though. I don't want all the Rotom forms. You can't make me get all the Rotom forms. Alright, and up to... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here are all the Vivillon forms that you can get in Scarlet and Violet by sending postcards from Pokemon Go. I used to have all of the Pokemon Go Vivillons, like all the Vivillon forms with a Pokemon Go stamp, but I just got bored. I didn't want to have 3 different sets of Vivillons in my collection, so I got rid of the Go stamp one. Still have these, although I may, at some point, I may get rid of all these, but it's so much work, and it's not hurt anything having them sit in this box. And that's it. That is my entire collection. All right, real quick, I just want to show you these. So I'm editing this video the Thursday before it goes live on Saturday. And I just caught these today. Apple, Flapple, and Appleton. Appleton just dropped today. If you're looking for it, it can be located near the grass lures next to Pokestops. And here is Dipplin and Hydropple, which to my knowledge aren't available in Pokemon Go yet. But of course you can send them over to Scarlet and Violet and evolve them there. Alright, real quick, I know that I said we were done, but there's 2 more Pokemon I want to show you because this shit just never stops. Just a couple days ago, Joe Merrick on from Cerebi.net made a post on Threads, and it was about this Cherish Ball Rillaboom. It's an event given away through Wi-Fi and Scarlet and Violet. I'll put this code on screen now if you want to claim it for yourself. I just wanted to show it to you that this is the newest Cherish Ball Pokemon in my collection. Alright, I swear this is the last Pokemon I'm going to show you. This is Cleavor, and this is my take on the Ribbon Master. I'm pretty sure I have every ribbon here, but if I have one missing, please let me know. And that's it. This collection represents the last 3 years of my life I've spent obtaining every special and unique Pokemon I could find. And now, I'm going to create a brand new Pokemon Home account and start my very own collection challenge from scratch. Come back in a couple of weeks and I'll be inviting you to take on the challenge as well. That's it for me, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.